Good morning, Patrick here from Complete Health. Just wanted to share another one of our beautiful experiences that we're having with our house currently, and really taught me a very, very valuable lesson when it comes to how a lot of us look at our bodies. So interestingly enough, our house has always been okay as far as the decor and stuff within the house has been. It was always solidly and structurally sound, however, was just starting to look very tired and worn. I was just getting to a point where pretty much everything needed to be replaced because all the doors were starting to squeak on all the kitchen cabinets, the work surfaces were starting to sink, the tiles were starting to decay and chip, and the Lidos and stuff on the floor were just starting to turn up. And so we obviously made the executive decision to just start ripping everything out of our house and start again. And interestingly enough, this really kind of showed me something that I was taught a long time ago when I was at university, is that we can never judge someone by how they look, because someone can appear and look very healthy on the outside, or even just healthy on the outside. Even if they don't look incredibly healthy, someone can look okay, but actually when you start to go in and measure, there can be some quite serious problems going on. And this is exactly what we're finding as we try to pull carpet up. The previous owners of our house have glued the carpet to the floor. And not only have they glued the carpet to the floor, they've actually also glued tiles to the floor underneath that. And when you start pulling off the wallpaper, you start finding wires that they've just covered up because they haven't put them in properly. And so there's live wires that are coming in and out of our walls. There is tiles that are behind tiles behind tiles. There are holes in walls. There are junctions in places that just shouldn't be there. It's just a catastrophe. However, what they've done is they actually hid all of this by sticking cupboards in front of it, by putting wallpaper over the wires, by, like I say, to try and stop the carpet from slipping, we'll just glue it to the floor. So everything has been done as an absolute bodge job. But when you look at it on the surface, everything looks okay. But it's when we started to look underneath that we started to realize just how much of a mess it actually was. And interestingly enough, you see this a lot with people like bodybuilders who will excessively train. They'll excessively use supplements, and some of them will start to use excessive amounts of recreations that will start to help boost their performance. And so on the outside, they look like these machines that their bodies are really, really working very, very well. And actually, when you start to break it down, you have a look on the inside, and there's a really good example, professional bodybuilder, Ronnie Coleman, who for years, for a couple of decades, was looking in peak shape, was the biggest man and number one bodybuilder on the planet. I believe it was 7 or 8 times. And yet on the inside, his body was just falling apart. And the guy now can no longer really walk unassisted without crutches. So it makes you ask the question, just because something looks okay or good on the outside, is it really functioning properly on the inside? Because this is exactly what we're now starting to learn, is that the whole house is having to be rewired because the previous owners have just obliterated. We're going to have to obviously now get new carpets. We thought we were going to just be able to turn these ones up and put them straight back down again. But it actually turns out that now all the carpets are going to have to be done because they glued them down and they've been ruined in order to get to the floorboards so that we can put the wiring in. There is no physical way that you can recycle or reuse a lot of the things that were in our house just purely because of the negligence. So never judge anything by what it looks like on the outside, and don't judge your health by what it looks like on the outside. And I personally had to have a huge experience with this one because my mum had bowel cancer, and for years the only symptom that she really had was constipation or troubles with getting things through her gut. And so we have to ask the question, like, what is it that's actually going on the inside? Because even though she looked healthy on the outside, there was something going on much, much deeper on the inside. So if ever you have a concern or a question, don't ignore it, don't leave it, because this is when you have those slow leaks that are going on behind the walls that can all of a sudden become a much, much, much bigger problem if we don't sort it out straight away. Just some food for thought. And like I say, hopefully none of you are doing some DIY at the moment with your house and seeing the same kinds of problems that we are, but I'm sure there are a few more cowboys out there that have owned houses that have done similar things to other people's houses than what they've done to ours. So good luck if you're in those situations. I know how you feel. We're in that boat with you. So Patrick here from Complete Health, and I'll speak to you again soon. If you have any questions, please just drop us a private message. I'll do my best to answer those as quickly as possible. Take care for now.